Now, before you say anything, don't comment anything yet. Predictions video is later today, and the answers video is either Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't want to hear it. Okay, dead serious. Don't want to hear it. So, yesterday was Super Bowl 51. And before I say anything, can I just say 100% better than Super Bowl 50? Like, Super Bowl 50 was so terrible. So terrible. Everyone was like, oh my God, Peyton Manning is so amazing I was able to win that. Even though it was mostly Von Miller that won that game. But what's my opinion mean these days? So Super Bowl 51 comes around, and in the first quarter, it looks like it's going to be a game won by the defense. Whoever scores first is going to win, basically. And then the Falcons went on a tear by the halftime, leading 21-3. And I was watching that thinking, damn, son, job Falcons, making my job easier when I had to do the game review at the end of the day here. And everyone on Twitter, before the second quarter was even over, I was already seeing crying Jordans on Twitter. And I'm thinking, have you watched any football game? Have you watched any Patriots game, let alone a football game? When there's more than a half left in a game, there is still plenty of time for a comeback to happen. I remember sitting there going into the fourth quarter, I was thinking, you know, I don't like how close this is. Atlanta hasn't done anything this half. I don't like the looks of this. And then the Patriots got that one touchdown, and I sent out a tweet on Twitter that was like, in the wise words of Chris Daughtry, it's not over. But there were still people like on Twitter saying, oh yeah, sure, giving them some pity points, you know. And I'm just sitting back thinking, don't you dare count out these Patriots. And then when they scored again, I was like, it's over. The Patriots are winning this unless the Falcons can actually hold them before the overtime happens. And then they fucking got the tying touchdown, and they were scoring 2-point conversions over and over. It's like, how hard is it to stop these guys from getting a 2-point conversion? Because none of this would have happened if they'd just not given them the 2-point conversion. And I thought that botched onside kick would have been the end of them, because I didn't think they were actually going to go for the onside kick. I feel like it would have been better for them to actually kick it off and then hold them to a 3-and-out. I think that I'm just checking to see if I didn't forget anything before I get on the highway here. Yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, that botched onside kick is going to hurt them, especially that also Gostkowski was off his game today. Like, that missed extra point. Like, that's when, like, the memes on Twitter hit their frickin' magnum opus. Like, that was like, oh, the Patriots can't even get the extra point right. What's wrong with them today? So we get into overtime, and I didn't see the coin toss because I was like about to shit myself. So I ran to the bathroom and came back just in time to see the Patriots get the ball, and I'm like, oh, it's over. Oh, it's over. Brady's gonna march down the field and it's gonna be over. And by the time they almost got there, like, it was looking like, oh, they might actually stop them. They might actually stop them. And then that pass interference call happened. That was the worst call that I have ever seen in a game of football. I cannot count how many times I've seen that exact same defensive move get no call from the refs. Like, not even a glance. Like, most refs would be, when they see that, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. They wouldn't even, like, do a double take on that kind of play. Like, that was clear-cut and obvious, a clean defensive play. Why the fuck is my cruise control not kicking in? Anyone else, any other game, that's not a pass interference call. But for some reason, they decided that there and then was going to be the moment that ruined probably the greatest Super Bowl ever. Like, I don't care. I remember sitting back thinking, like, if the Patriots come back from this, this is the greatest Super Bowl of all time. But that call just ruined it. Absolutely ruined it. And I'm pretty sure the Patriots would have won either way, even without that pass interference call. But what a blemish on quite possibly the greatest football game ever. Because until then, there were so few penalties, and what were called were pretty legit. I think that string of 3 holding penalties on the Falcons in a row, I think only, gotta avoid some roadkill. There we go. I think only one of those calls were pretty iffy, but all 3 of them on that drive where I could see going either way. But that pass interference call on the 3rd to last play, what a blemish on quite possibly the greatest Super Bowl ever. I gotta say, I'm glad I persevered through this season. When we went into the playoffs, I was thinking, oh great, look at this spread of shit. Hopefully it's the Texans versus Falcons. Just to be like, you know, why not? And I remember tweeting out like, yeah, go Falcons, I guess. After the final game of the regular season, and I'm thinking, wow, okay. But yeah, terrible call ruins greatest Super Bowl ever. Probably going to be the title of this video. So let me reiterate myself. Don't want to see a single comment about it. Predictions video is coming later today. Answers video is coming whenever I can get the thing to fix itself, because in Movie Maker it's being a piece of shit and I need to find a new recording software for my webcam. Comment a recommendation for a webcam software, because my webcam doesn't come with its own software. It functions as like a pre-installed webcam, so yeah, it doesn't have its own software, so I had to have Movie Maker for that. But in any case, yeah, that's about the extent of this video. Greatest Super Bowl ever ruined by terrible call. Have I ever told you how much I hate the Patriots? Do you know how satisfying it was to watch the 8-8 Giants ruin the Patriots' perfect season? That was sexual satisfaction on a whole, like, ethereal, an entire dimension other than the one you see. Like, there's 3D, and then there's 4D, and then there's 5D. This was a dimension beyond 5D. That, how much sexual satisfaction. And I was only like, what, 11 when that happened? So I didn't even understand what sexual satisfaction was, and I still felt it then. But in any case, yeah, that's really the extent of this video. I think you get the idea. Greatest Super Bowl ever ruined by terrible call. And that's about it. Now I'm sideways. Isn't that entertaining? Isn't it?